I'm at PAX Australia 2024 with Britta from VR Distributions. Britta, it's Saturday morning before the doors open. How's the PAX going so far?
It's always great to be here on a Saturday morning with you every year. You get me on the camera. No, it's really good. Yesterday was really busy. Today's going to be even busier, so we're hyping up for a big day.
So obviously we're in front of Star Wars Unlimited. We've had 2 sets being released that's been pretty popular, or very popular. We've got some demos or some sneak peeks of the 3rd set at the moment. And then what else is being shown off?
Yeah, so we're really lucky to have the Set 3 reveal here. So it's only been revealed to the public at Essen previously, which is a week ago. So we're really excited to have that for the public and to get their hands on it. And people are responding really well to Set 3, like it's been an insane response. So we're excited about having that. We've also got our big range of board games. We've done a focus on Essen releases this year, so we've got a lot of the stuff that they had over at Essen as well, like Captain Flip. You've got the Monkey Palace from Lego and Dotted Games, Survive the Island, Fairy Ring, Tree Society by our own Matthew Dunstan. We've got Catan New Energies, and we've even got the new TCG Altered here. So lots of exciting things.
I think what's interesting about the stuff you mentioned is you've got a whole range of stuff from, kids games with the Lego game and Fairy Ring to family weight games to a bit more hobby stuff. Is that sort of the aim to sort of appeal to a broader audience, especially PAX? You've got hardcore board gamers, but you've got people who might just be wandering in from the video game section.
Yeah, so we sort of cater our games to have a cross of the different categories, but also we are still leaning towards the accessibility point, just simply because those games are fun to play at a convention, and also it allows anybody at the convention to play them. So you don't need to be a heavy board gamer to come and try any of our games, even the ones that look a little heavier. There's a really good accessibility point, and I've found that there's been a trend in board game publishing globally to have those accessibility points lower than the standards. You're still always going to get your Uwe Rosenberg games that come in on the heavier side, but the general trend is we are seeing a lot more of the mid to lightweight games coming through in the hobby side.
I guess that's the hard thing about a convention is if you have heavier, longer games, you either run the full game, which might take 2 or 3 hours, you're only getting 4 people through, or you're doing a demo where you might take half an hour, 45 minutes, and you're only really teaching the rules and not getting a full experience. So it's a bit tricky to run those sort of games where you kind of you've got crowds of PAX, there's a lot of people who want to play games, you kind of do want to let everyone have a go.
Yeah, you want to let them have a go, and you also want them to get into like the bite of the game really quickly. So with our demos this year, we're focusing on it being a demo, so it's not a full playthrough. We're doing 1 or 2 rounds so that you can really get a good sense of the game, and then you can go over to the PAX library and try it out for real.
Britta, thank you very much for showcasing what VR Distribution has on offer.
You're always very welcome.
Captain Flip has a pretty simple main mechanic. You are filling your pirate ship or your ship with certain characters. You draw a tile from the bag and you go, yes, I want this tile that I've drawn, or no, I'm going to flip to the other side, which I haven't seen, and keep it, and then place it somewhere on my board. That simple, I'll take this, or no, I'll risk it and flip it over, is the core of the game, and it creates a bit of tension because there are these pairs of characters, there's things that want to be at certain places, and there's enough tension towards that simple decision of, do I take this or do I risk it all and flip it over, that makes this pretty light game entertaining and fun while still being fast to play. King of Tokyo Duel is a 2-player version of the very popular sort of welcoming game King of Tokyo, where you're battle Yahtzee, you're rolling dice to try and destroy other monsters in Tokyo. This 2-player game still has all the attacking the opponent and buying resources, buying special cards that do cool stuff, but it has a sort of tug-of-war mechanic of a couple of different tracks that you can do, and you can sort of change those tracks as you go. The game I played, we didn't really use the tracks quite that much. It was more just the old, can we, scratch the other monster to death. I can see what they're trying to do here. I feel like you lose a little bit by being 2-player. I think King of Tokyo was such a good game that, it was a game that scaled very well, and you could play very quickly with a lot of people. And I think this 2-player game loses something by limiting that. Lego Monkey Palace is a bit of an interesting beast. It's a Lego board game and it has Lego pieces, and you're building ever higher arcs which will make this monkey palace, which starts looking really impressive on the board. There is a lot of play to it, as you'd expect from a Lego game. My hesitance comes from the game aspect of it. It is fun to build up and sort of work out, okay, how can I get the pieces I need? How can I keep going higher and higher? Can I set myself up in advance? So there is certainly game here, and there's certainly points you want to try and grab, and sort of theme that you want to and sort of strategies to try and get higher and higher. But it didn't immediately grab me as something, oh yes, I'd really want this for my collection. But it is also aimed at families and kids, so maybe that's sort of part of it. In the tradition of the crew, that is a cooperative trick taker with limited communication, we have the gang, where players are trying to make poker hands. They have their pocket cards, they're 2 cards they're given, they don't show anyone else, and they want to try and make the best hand they can. And they want to let the other players know how strong their hand is without communicating. So it brings the knowledge of poker with this sort of give and take of limited communication. You have like sort of chips you're grabbing to sort of show how strong your hand is. Further onto that, you do have ongoing challenges. You do have ways to make it easier and harder depending on how well you're doing. And like the crew, there is sort of the ongoing different missions you can do which can change how you play or the challenges you face. Having only just played the first sort of quick demo, I'm keen to play more. I'm not a huge poker fan, but I think I have enough knowledge of it to be able to bring to this game.